We know from our earlier study of Freud that the defense mechanism protects us from bringing a painful thought or feeling to the surface of our consciousness. We do this because our mind simply cannot tolerate these thoughts. So defense mechanisms help us to express these painful thoughts or feelings in another way. When we repress the real problem, the function of defense mechanisms is to keep from being overwhelmed. Of course, the avoidance of the problem can result in additional emotional issues. And there's a huge distinction between repression and suppression. Anybody want to explain the difference? I tried. I think repression is an unconscious response to serious events or images, but suppression is more conscious, but not usually. Well, terrible experiences. I couldn't have said it better. Now remember that thought or feeling that we are trying to repress may include just to meaningful anger, depression, competition, fear, envy, hate, and so on. For instance, let's suppose that you're very angry with your professor. Not me, of course, I'm referring to another professor. So, you're very angry because he's treated unfair in some way that could cause you to lose your scholarship. Maybe he know that didn't really cover the material that he'd go over the class, and the L grade in the course is going to be unacceptable to your sponsors. So this would be very painful, as I'm sure you will agree. And I say it will qualify as a serious event. Serious to reduce the feeling of disappointment, rage, health, and the violence that you feel towards the professor. Most of it are nailed, so the mechanism is very obvious. And one of the most common mechanisms is denial, which is if I as I'm not angry with the professor. It's actually and then include the sponsors, and you could tell your friends that they never revoke your scholarship. And this mechanism would allow you to deny the program, even then they're directed to the contrary. Let's say a letter from the sponsor indicating that you want to receive a scholarship for the next term. Okay, that one? Okay. How about rationalization? Well, in rationalization, you come up with some reasons why the professor might have given an unfair test. And how would you do that? Well, you can defend him. He can just encourage students to run information on their own. Isn't that what you mean? Sure. Because you would be rationalizing, providing a reason that justifies another was mentally intolerable situation. Okay, another example of rationalizing is to excuse the sponsor for refusing. You might say that sponsors are too busy to investigating why students are having the problem in their classroom, and you might do the while deny true feelings that the sponsors really should be more open to hearing you out. So when you deny something, I mean when you use denial, you're refusing to acknowledge the situation, but when you use rationalization, you're excusing the behavior. Excellent summary. So now let me give me another option. If you use a reaction formation as a defense mechanism, you program the opposite of your fear. In this case, what would you say about the professor? I'll say that I like the professor when in fact I hate him for this her depriving of the opportunity, and you might insist that you have no heart feeling, even go so far as his excellent teacher. And she into the opposite reaction that is on the surface, and that brings us to projection. To trick your mind into believing someone else is guilty of negative thought or feeling that you have. But another student who has a professor, or even suggesting that the professor has strong feeling of hate for you, but you really like the professor yourself, so you would project. attribute your feeling. If I say someone I will another fearful, he hates me, but you don't admit that you hate him yourself. Okay, that's projection. Now destroy yourself. Object that really the code will anxiety. So instead of confronting the prophet after the fair test, well, you went direct anger toward a friend who studied or test with you, and you were very him for wasting your time on the material that was in the book and notes. Ah, like fantasy which include daydreaming or watching television, maybe to escape the problem at school. Regression, which include immature behavior, might no longer appropriate, like if so temper in the same way that the free skill might be expanded to have a choice necessary, and your text will contain the humor that we haven't touched in the class. Human conscious and the mechanisms that allow us manage. Now, this is a concept that goes in our pressure. Many psychologists reject defense mechanisms altogether during the 70s and 80s. And then in the 90s, the cognitive psychologists showed a renewed interest in research in this area. But I must warn you that although they found similar responses, they tended to give them different names. For instance, denial might appear in a more recent study as a positive illusion, though scapegoating might be referred to instead of displacement. But you run into it. The same categories of behavior for defense mechanisms still exist in the research, even if they labeled differently. And in my way, if you compare Freud's traditional defense mechanisms with those that are represented by more modern researchers, you'll find that Freud is easier to understand and gives us a broader perspective. And if you understand Freud categories, well, you'll certainly be able to get a handle on the newer terms. What is exciting about the modern study is a focus on coping skills and what's being referred to as healthy defenses. So next time, we'll take a look at some of these processes.